respected dignitaries on the dais and my friends. It's nice to be with you all. Because the time is short, let me go down to the specifics. Let me position myself. I am not a policy maker. I am a grassroots level teacher in higher education. I am a professor in the Department of Anatomy at St. John's Medical College, Bangalore. Besides teaching my core subject anatomy, because of availability of infrastructure for the last 25 years, I took it up as a, fun or a game to play with these equipments. And over the years, I have evolved this into a system of learning in my domain. Initially, it was just play, but later on, the seriousness set in. What I'm trying to say is, I will narrate a few episodes and will show you a few demonstrations to tell you that what is expected of the teacher. You see, we say this is not, that is not there. At the end of the talk, I'm going to say, and we can keep moving as we get further. Because management, no government will, put in money or, give you funds unless you show the initiative. So basically, my message is, what is our role as teachers? Even during the DOS era, we were able to do some graphics that we could use for day-to-day teaching purposes. Today, you will laugh at me if I say, what graphics did you do in DOS era? Certainly, it's a joke. Okay, in due time, we went into better resolutions and better graphics. Recently, only we realized that we have programmers, we don't have this, we don't have that. But I'm telling you, biggest strength, be a revolution in e-learning was my students. They came forward and said, sir, we heard you are doing this, we heard you are doing this. I know this programming language, I know that programming language. And together I started a learning revolution. What began as a very minuscule play, I was just using it for fun, ended up as a rolling ball, and you will see some of the results to where I was able to go. I was able to interact with the industry, build about industry collaboration in due course, and that's how we were able to move forwards. The first few slides. Using the computer is like using the blackboard. There is nobody that needs to tell you how to use your blackboard. You're just starting with it. In the same way, in the case of a computer, just start using it. There are 100 times you may make a mistake, but probably the 101st time you will start using it. Take a look at this. Unfortunately, I don't have the image coming on my screen here. As I said, let's manage it what's possible. You see, at its simplest, don't worry about the subject. I'm only giving you the concept. Need this very badly because I teach a psychology where I teach what's happening to a developing baby in the womb of the mother. Neither the baby knows it, nor the mother knows it, nor the student has seen it, nor the doctor has seen it. So we need concepts, we need visuals to depict concepts like this. Or more higher. You see, to teach students what happens at the time of birth. There are so many serious things that is going on in the child. We did this program. The point I'm showing this slide is this. No matter how well you saw, it is useless until you test it on your students. The feedback I got for this visual was, sir, it is fantastic. What was missing in the slide was the audio of the baby crying was missing. So immediately I put it into this. Because that was the most important thing that added meaning to this visual. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is, we teachers have to plan before we call the programmers into the picture. That's the message I'm trying to say. 90%, or I could say even more than that, is your work as teachers. The vendor's job, the programmer's job is very, very little. I mean, with due respect, it's a very hard work. They have to sit for late hours. Unfortunately, the point.
I think this is more of the platforming system rather than embryo. You're talking about the hardware here, or talking about
I'll show you. One more is there. Point is, my slide, here it's not coming, so I'll have to turn every now and then. In the same lung expansion, the focus is also on the heart. It is too coordinated. Let's not go into the subject. Subsequently, we moved into some other domains where we felt just, putting some visuals on the screen is not enough. We need to make the student participate in the learning process, which is what we call as immersive learning solutions. I'll give you one example. You saw this. Once again, work-wise it is difficult, but the planning part was quite a bit. The reason is we needed to give our students an opportunity where you will never get this in real life, where the heart is opened out and the blood is also flowing in the system. It is impossible. That's why we would call it as a very simple example of a virtual reality model. This is a 3D model. We have done it in Maya. I just didn't allow this program to leave it at that. I called people from the IT industry and asked them to build mathematical algorithms into it so that this is a basic model, a template. I asked them, I will give you various parameters. I will give you a drip line. I asked my students, you enter the drug of your choice. You control the dose of your choice, and you will see the same heart, reacting to the this thing in real life. For the first time, I was able to bring some kind of a realism in the learning environment. Remember, I cannot allow this to happen in real life. I cannot allow a real life patient to be given to a medical student like this. For the first time, we are realizing there is a huge bridge to be covered between what is taught in theory and what is ultimately to be applied in the real life scenario. I think probably this holds good in all walks of life, in all other subjects. I will give you one more last concept before I end. This is the domain of 3D animations. We did feel that over a period of time, just 2D animations may not be entirely adequate. We need to move into little higher domains, although a little expensive, doesn't matter. Wherever it is worth it, we may have to use it. Once again, what I'm trying to say in this particular slide is design templates that can cater to the lowest, target audience, but at the same time plan as a teacher so that the scaling can be incorporated into the same template and you can use it for higher levels, probably even for postgraduate audiences. So that is why, once again, the visual now I'm going to show you is a very fundamental level visual, but you can use it for virtually any audience you want. For example, the visual which I'm going to show can be used even for the lay public when you show it to them. Have a look at this. See, this is something that we can sense. What's all this about angiograms and angioplasty? I can use this to address anybody, right from the lay public to a postgraduate, depending upon how much of additional information I build, additional audio, additional information I can build out of this system. If a medical student has to be given a nutshell summary of what's this procedure about, you see, we are showing him that there is a huge artery deep inside the thigh into which some catheter is being, don't worry about the content details. I'm just sharing how it can be taught. Even a lay public nowadays wants this kind of information. You can tell them, this is how it is done. So we have blended it. We have added videos, we have added radiograms, and we have added the pathology of it. So basically, it's a single 3 or 4 minute capsule on which I can build a huge information blanket around it to suit various audiences. Sir, I will not take any more of your time. I will end this talk. The idea is I am here to address teachers in this audience. I am here to address vendors in the audience. Unless the teacher is extremely clear in what is the objective of his lecture plan, there is no point in taking up a, shall we say, e-learning project. This is where we need to sit together, burn the midnight oil together, and then move into collaborative mode. And that's where I am. Today I am a consultant to the IT industry, but I do a lot of homework before I talk to them. Thank you. And if there are any questions, to the extent I know, I shall be able to answer.